back. We are here again. I'm Stephen Abrams from the liquor store of Jackson Hole in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And this is our fourth or fifth, I'm not good at counting, got that many fingers, live warehouse Facebook event. I'm actually looking for it on Facebook right now. And over on this side we have
Zachary Koffel.
And on this side,
Chris Riley.
So, welcome, and we're so happy to have you here. Zachary, what are we tasting today? What is our lineup?
We're tasting wines that I like to call from left field. So varieties or wines that you don't typically see or don't have a lot of requests for, but they're delicious. They're just a little less known. First one we have is going to be a Chardonnay from Tuscany. This is an oaked and unoaked Chardonnay, so they do 50-50 new oak. And then we also have a orange wine from Sicily, which is made with a grape called Catarratto. And then we have a Petit Verdot, estate Petit Verdot from Napa Valley. So all kind of interesting wines. You don't see a lot of Chardonnay in Tuscany. Orange wine is kind of getting more and more popular as the days go on. And then Petit Verdot is typically more of a blending grape, so you don't see it as a 100% varietal from Napa. So kind of interesting wines today. I'm really excited to try these. We'll start off with a Chardonnay.
All right.
So 50% new oak, and then 50% used oak.
Yes, everybody can see my bald head on the Facebook Live while I'm trying to share this. 50%
New oak.
new oak.
That's where you're gonna get kind of your like round vanilla, like creamy texture. And then the used oak is basically, it's just gonna not overdo it. It's gonna help make the wine more balanced.
I like to recycle. I like the used oak better.
Yeah.
What do
So
you think,
really
Chris?
balanced.
Smooth, balanced.
Okay.
Oh.
Feels balanced to me. Oh, and today, by the way, we're drinking out of our new Spiegelau glasses. So today, Spiegelau is sponsoring our wine tasting event. So thank you, Spiegelau and True Fabrications.
The class of glass.
Does it say it on there? The class of glass.
Don't forget it.
That is a Chardonnay that I would buy and take home.
Yeah, this is for someone that doesn't want to go completely to the Chablis, which is going to be mostly no new oak on a Chablis. So very, very light, very, very crisp. But someone that also doesn't want to give up on the New World style of Chardonnay. So kind of the best of both worlds mixed together, 50-50 right down the middle. Still sees a little oak influence. So
I never go full Chablis.
never go full Chablis. All right.
Not your jam.
Yeah.
Next, this is going to be my favorite out of the lineup today. I'm kind of partial to this wine. So this is orange wine. So white wine made in the process of making red wine. So basically what they do is they take the wine and then they age it on the skins, which gives it that color that you see there. Some are more orange, some are less orange. It depends on a couple of factors, but the biggest factor is going to be how long they do the skin contact. This is somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks of skin contact. Catarratto is the name of the varietal, which is a Sicilian varietal, and it is absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite orange wines.
Was this originally an F-up?
No.
It would have been me, the way I would make wine. Oh, look, it's orange. All right.
Well, yeah. So I wouldn't call it a mess up, but I would assume that someone was experimenting. We'll call it experimenting. So they were experimenting with what you could do with a white grape when you age it on the skins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that little tannin dryness in there.
Yeah. Very,
That
very
would get
dry.
the skin.
Beautiful color on the nose. It's kind of it's a little nutty and creamy, which is kind of cool.
Piquant. Nutty. Yeah.
And I always suggest too, a lot of people treat this as a white. It is technically a white, but I always like to drink this a little bit more closer to room temperature. So instead of being at those colder temperatures of your refrigerator, like 45-ish, I usually like to drink this around like 55 to 60 degrees, kind of more towards that room temperature.
Do you have an electric thermometer where you
I
shoot
don't.
the bottle of the wine?
I don't.
No?
I need to get one of those.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be on my Christmas list.
We'll put that on the Christmas list. Yes.
I'll throw in.
Yeah. Okay. How much do those cost? 2 pennies? I got.
They're up there, depending on which style you want to get.
I got a penny on that.
All right.
Is this as balanced as the Chardonnay for you, Chris?
No, it kind of reminds me of orange peel actually, but I think I just look at it and taste that because I have no palate.
Do you remember those orange slices with all the sugar? My grandmother always had them at her
Yeah.
house. It does not taste like that at all. And what is this?
So next we have Bouchine. This is a Petit Verdot. So it's one of the 5 allowed grapes in Bordeaux. Technically it's 6 with counting Carmenere. But this is really interesting coming out of Napa Valley. This is a big, bold style of wine, very, very similar to Cabernet, but it's just a different varietal. And then if no one's familiar with this, this is actually a system called Coravin. Uses a gas called Aragon.
Our other sponsor today is Coravin.
Basically what this does is it actually extracts the wine from the bottle
That felt
without adding oxygen to the wine. And so you can have this open for quite some time without damaging or having the wine being oxidized. This has been open since the 16th of this month, so
good. Not the 1600s.
not the 16th.
Not the 16th.
This was made in 2013 though, so this has seen a little bit of bottle aging as well.
I actually met Doug Boshin at a event in Napa Valley for Wine and Spirits Guild event, and super guy. And at that time, we brought in all of his varietals that he was making. And cheers to small family winery, and cheers to making phenomenal wine as well.
To Dougie Bosch.
So the big thing with Petit Verdot, when you look at it, it's very, very dark and very, very concentrated. And that's why it's used a lot in Bordeaux as a blending grape. It's got a lot of purple hue to it as well.
That is solid.
Yeah, and
My
it adds a lot of
gosh.
complexity and it adds a lot of flavor. And you don't have to add a lot to it, which is kind of nice for the Bordeaux blends. But it's really interesting to see an aged Petit Verdot.
I'm surprised it's from California the way it tastes. Expected bolder.
Nothing bold coming out of California.
But no, I would expect the California
Oh.
varietal to be bold.
Velvety smooth tannins. It's not overdone on the boldness. I totally agree on that. Definitely a great wine for people who like those Napa Valley style Cabernets, but just a different varietal to try something different and something new.
I like it. I appreciate trying something new. Is this the man lineup?
The man lineup?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It just seems so manly.
We're
here.
packing a lot of flavor
Yeah.
into the wine
I mean,
today.
we finished it up with the Petit Verdot.
Yeah.
That'll make it stand up.
This
and
is-
then we got orange wine, and then, new oak and fresh oak and blend
Absolutely.
of everything.
I always like to say these wines will put a little hair in your chest.
All right.
Back
I like
a lot
it.
of man.
So, yes, men, you would be happy drinking these wines today. So, buy some and take them home to your partner, whoever that is. So, what was your favorite today, Chris?
My favorite was the American, as always, for no reason other than it's American.
Other than it's American. Okay. Would you like some more orange wine?
Do it up.
Okay. Today, my favorite, I'm going with the orange wine. Don't ask me to pronounce it because I am not good at Italian names. But I'm going to go for this one because it's different. And I always like to expose myself to something new and exciting. Would I have this every night? Most likely not. But on a special occasion, I would be happy to have that and share that with some friends.
It's kind of a toss-up for me. I go in between, honestly, the Petit Verdot and the orange wine. I'm probably going to lean onto the orange wine as being my favorite today just because I really like Sicilian orange wines. We have a few more on the way to the store right now, and I'm really excited to get those out there. So I'm happy that we could open this up and give this one a try.
Cool. Thank you, Zachary, for picking out these wines. And folks, if you haven't heard, we are announcing our wine club. It's going to be called Jackson Hole Wine Club. So take a look on our Facebook page at the liquor store and keep an eye out for some information. But we're going to be creating a really cool community of people who don't know anything about wine or community who people know a lot about wine. So come on and join us. Jackson Hole Wine Club, hosted by the liquor store in Jackson Hole Marketplace. Thanks for joining us today, and cheers. Have a good day.